Sat Kamboj from Arkia and Upscale.
If it's the right fit for our firm, if the client is aligned with the way we think. So does social media help you in that?
Pooja Bihani from Spaces and Design.
If the personal branding is here, but if the professional branding is here, then obviously, the professional branding is the decision maker and it won't get you what you're looking out for.
Poonam Mehta from AMPM Designs.
How am I putting myself out there and trying to get my own client and marketplace? So somehow when I'm expressing myself, I am putting out there that this is the kind of clientele I'm looking at.
Sanjeet Singh from Sanjeet Singh Spaces Plus Objects.
What I would like to say is don't fake it, because you don't want to be a person that you're not. Don't try and copy anyone. And the basic thing is that you got to be yourself.
Natasha M. Kocher from LTDF.
So I think personal branding for firms as owners is more like a BTS view of what the people behind the firm are about.
In this panel, we are talking about personal branding and how it impacts our businesses as architects and interior designers. And to begin the conversation, I think I would like to start it with that people do business with people, right? So I think the first POV that I would like to put forward is this, and I want to know from you guys that putting your work out there versus putting yourself out there and talking about your work. What would be your approach and what is your current approach and why is that?
So for us, it is always the professional facade versus the personal facade. So it's work over self, and it has to be intentional, not situational. So it's work against the personal, yeah.
I think it's a bit of both for me, and I think self-expression is so important in any field of work. You call it fashion, as influencers are talking, and I think it's very unique when you're kind of putting yourself out there, maybe talking about your design processes as well, because there's a huge students, audience, people are curious on what is going behind the design. What is the thought process? What was the initiative of the client? Yes, you can probably put a little text under your under the project that you've done, but I think why not express and kind of communicate what you think and the thoughts that went behind the project. So it's a bit of both, and I think I've kind of resonate with that, and I'm working towards that in terms of social media.
I guess for me it's the same as what Poonam said. I do a little bit of both, but I also add my personality to it. And I think that's what just kind of helps me, because when you meet the clients, they know who you are as a person. So there's that first barrier has already been broken. So for me, it's that.
So I think it's really gaining relevance, because the way that we are today, we are an information-led economy versus an industrial economy that we were in the past. And that has led, even if you go to a restaurant, you first want to see the menu, you want to see the big picture of what the restaurant looks like. So it's always information first, and having a personal brand kind of, I think, amplifies your personal message, what you stand for, and it already starts an engagement. So it's almost like, I would say, in terms of marketing, it's like farming a client versus hunting for one, because they already sort of bought into your message, bought into your essence, your persona, and then they want to work with you, because our industry is also about putting so much of ourselves in everything that we create. So it's more that.
Okay, so building on what you and Sanjeet said, I want to know that when we are meeting a client for the very first time, right, that initial connect that every client is looking for, even we are looking for, if we can, if it's the right fit for our firm, if the client is aligned with the way we think. So does social media help you in that? And does that, the first click, that sort of, it becomes easier for the client to relate with you if they have already seen a bit of you on social media first?
So I would say there are two things. One way is how am I putting myself out there and trying to get my own client and marketplace. So somehow when I'm expressing myself, I am putting out there that this is the kind of clientele I'm looking at. This is the kind of marketplace I like to be in. I may not be doing restaurants. I don't do that kind of work. So that is one. The second thing is for the clients also. Yes, it's an icebreaker. When they come to me, I don't know how I've done it, but when they come for the first meeting, I don't have to say, hi, I'm Poonam Mehta, AMPM Designs, we do this, we don't even talk about it. So they're like, oh, we saw you here and we saw this project there. And so that conversation starts becoming more casual than just being so.
So they already know
Yeah.
you a little bit.
Yeah, so I think that break of ice is good, and it
Icebreaker.
just becomes so much easier now to kind of do the first meeting with the client.
Can I? When you have a personal facade showing off, it helps, but it can get you entry into the door, but it won't keep you on the chair. So it's finally when the grid of the work shows, if the personal branding is here, but if the professional branding is here, then obviously, the professional branding is the decision maker, and it won't get you what you're looking out for. So it has to be, because the moment you open your mouth, you're placed. And I'm a firm believer that what Shakespeare said, that have more than thou showest. So for me, it's in between that, where they see the work and then they come. Yeah, that is the impression. Yeah.
I'll just add to this that, like you said, people do business with people, right? And I think personal branding has always existed. Whether it's you remember a person in your college who, wore a particular sling bag or dressed in a particular way, or an artist who only wears silver. So your personal style, your personal message, which we discussed, your personal essence of what you are and what kind of work do you do, all of it comes together, and that is what creates connections. And I think today's day, because we're meeting less people in person and more online, so that personal connection that is created by someone already knowing you, I think that helps them empathize with and connect with the work that you do.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with all of you, and I also feel there's no right or wrong. It's what you want to be as a person. I mean, what I would like to say is don't fake it, because you don't want to be a person that you're not. Don't try and copy anyone, and I mean, the basic thing is that you got to be yourself. There's so many people, when you look at, I mean, our industry in India is still kind of not so structured as you see in the West. But when you look at the designers in the West or the architects in the West, and I think we are kind of very confused, a lot of us, where every Instagram handle that you go to, it's written luxury interiors, and when you see the kind of products that they use, it's not luxury. So that is, in a way, faking it, I would say. There's nothing wrong in doing, I mean, the designers in the West, I mean, there's somebody who calls her work as shabby chic, and there's nothing wrong in it. She's a pro at what she does. So what I feel is, I think you just got to be yourself, and your brand is an extension of who you are. So don't fake it.
I completely agree with him, because I think how long can you fake it with? And I see that when I mean, talking to all the young designers, we all were. It's a very confused platform. It's been growing in multifolds, and there's so much crowd on Instagram. There's so much noise everywhere on every platform. Even I think, for that matter, these online publications are now, because it's online. It's just so much crowd even there, that I think if everything just starts looking not so unique, then it's just so it's, I think, important to find what you are unique on, and what you feel, what is your personality, versus that's personal branding. But of course, what is the genre of work that you do? I completely agree with her that professional projects, what you're putting your work out there is also has to resonate. They both have to have the same language.
So how do you create that balance, that this is how much of professional I want to put up, and this is how much of personal or my personal vibe I want to put up out there? How do you create the balance?
Yeah, I'll take that. So, for us, the Pooja Behani and Spaces and Design create a balance at the center. And that center for us is a very AHA effect, which is what we've given it an acronym, AIID+, where aesthetic, intriguing, innovative, and definitive is the style in which we look at the grid of the social media. And then there's a plus, which is ever evolving and constantly innovating. So we create a balance there where as much as has to be revealed is revealed, but you know, it's all the time, it is definitely AIID plus for us, yeah.
What personal branding does in the space, that the question that you asked, it also builds validation. So it's not just about who you are and what your company does and the kind of work that you do. It also builds relevance, that you're someone relevant in the space that you're in, and it also adds to creating that confidence from your clients who are existing clients. So you're not always looking for work, you're not always sort of marketing for future. It's also creating that confidence, which when, and they know you at work, they know you from sites. So when they know that little persona or the little essence of what you think like, or what you are behind the scenes. I mean, we all love behind the scenes in movies, right? So I think personal branding for firms as owners is more like a BTS view of what the people behind the firm are about.
I want to say that it's when it's about you as a person, how much you're saying how much of personal life of yours that you want to get out there in media is what you were talking about in a way. I think it's about how much you want to package yourself and put it out there. It's really up to you. It's your personal journey, and if you want to be expressive and talk about it, I think a lot of designers are very self-expressive about their personal life in balance with what they're doing professionally, but it's really them. Like for me, it's more professional, it's more what I'm doing in the office and what is happening there behind the scenes more than the personal, but I mean, there's like no right or wrong, but I think
Like you have also
you can actually be a digital extrovert or an introvert. That really depends on you, and that really can be your brand. So like we do in physical life as well.
like you've talked about in one of your videos, you've talked about managing the entire day, from your taking care of your child and then taking care of work and then handling 5 sites in a day. So that sort of gives a sneak peek inside of you that these are, so you're wearing so many hats, right? So if like a client is probably your age or probably in the same phase as you, that client can instantly relate with you. Okay. You know, that connection is automatically built. There's this authenticity there.
I actually have a story. So this is an intern who saw me, she was in the office, and she said, ma'am, can I just follow you and shadow you through this space? And I said, so she did this whole thing and came up with this creativity, and we put it up. I said, okay, whatever, just put it up. But I've had people, I was in Chennai on a project, somebody just stopped, a known designer stopped, she just stopped the car, and she's like, listen, what that reel was so relatable, it's so cool, and I was like, okay, I mean, it's nice, like people are really appreciating it, and I didn't think it will go out like that. So, I mean, why not?
What I'd like to say is, I mean, like any other industry, our industry is equally stressful. And what I just do is I go and try and have fun. And that's what I am doing on Instagram. I don't think what I want to post. If I'm dancing, I'll post. I mean, I'm not dancing, but what I'm saying is I don't want to put a slab of a marble. Like how many of them have we seen, and how much of our audience wants to see that? So all I'm doing is just being myself. And again, I'm probably going to repeat myself over and over. There is no right, there's no wrong, there's no good, there's no bad. I'm just going to ask you a simple question. How many of us know where Jail Road in Delhi is? I don't know about it. If you don't know, raise your hand. Jail Road. Yeah, we don't know, right? But what I'm going to say is, this is something that all of us have heard on social media. So beautiful, so elegant, just looking like a wow. So this is the power of social media. I mean, see, like none of us knew where Jail Road is. We still don't know. But, a small corner of Delhi and where that woman has landed. But, again, not judging her, she's being herself. Like she's come up with her own colors and, her own lingo. That's her personality, and I think that's what she is. And that's,
So, talking about personality, you have a very different way of coming in front of videos and talking about your design sensibilities. How did that come up, and was it awkward coming in front of camera for the first time?
It was not awkward. It was a learning experience. I'm very, very new to Instagram. Like I started my handle in 2020. That's how recent I am. And initially I was so particular about every grid, every row, like just kind of planning it. Till, I reached a point when I would go to my Instagram page, I was like, people can see this on my website. You know, like then I felt I need to add personality. And as and when I started to, show up, I think it's just changed my whole sort of the way I function, the way how clients interact, I mean, it's just made it a lot more easier for us.
Anybody else wants to add? How was it creating that first video and talking about their own projects in video format?
I've tried and I think I failed. So, because when you are thinking, the processes that are going in what you thought of during the design, and just when it's time to express, maybe I'm not that good at it. And when I'm looking at my project, I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to kind of put it in words of what I thought then. And so I feel like it's great if you can kind of literature the whole thing, but it's very, very, to me it didn't work, like I think, but I love the idea of how we have amazing, photographers, videographers who work with us, who capture the whole space so beautifully. And that I think is very appealing in terms
And that's a separate workshop you need to take for all of us on how to do it without retakes.
Actually, you should really do some workshop. Maybe in the next time Poet is having an event, we do a workshop instead.
And you should answer every question as well.
No. Okay, so building on what you guys have just mentioned, like you have a certain style of working, right? You have a certain style of doing projects, you have a certain category of working on projects, you have certain design sensibilities. So how do you decide that this is what I want to put out there and this is what I want to be known for? Like we discussed, Instagram or any social media for that matter is your first handshake. Any potential client that is coming in, they're looking at your page, they feel like, okay, this is something similar to what I want. Let me just follow this person and see how it works. And when they relate to you, then they come to you, then they contact you. Okay, I saw your work on Instagram, etc., etc. So how do you decide that this is how I want to project myself on social media?
So for us, it has to be, as I was explaining, the temperament in which we work for AIIT Plus. It has to be innovative over a boxed identity. And the page, the way it proceeds, we do look for the next project that would sort of sync between the two, or sometimes just out of the blue. But for us, yes, it is innovation over a boxed identity, and we maintain that defines us and the page itself, yeah.
I think just one word, be real, because whatever that you're doing is what you're going to be putting, and whatever your work is what is going to come out there into social media as well. So if I have to choose from which project I want to put, and maybe not this project where I didn't do so well, no, I've done everything with heart and soul, and this is the kind of work I am doing, I'm going to put it out there, and whoever clients will relate will come to me. And I think that's, like you said, people to people, that was your line, but I'm just saying it's perfect. Like, just put everything and be real.
I just feel there's an audience for anything and everything. You got to decide what kind of work you want to do. And basically, if you're doing something, you should be passionate about it. So don't hold yourself back.
Yeah, I mean, our visibility today is our superpower. And if we're not willing to talk about ourselves, how can we expect others to talk about us and amplify us? And that's something I tell especially women, because there's a very sharp line between putting yourself out there and being sort of talking about yourself all the time versus your privacy. So that fine line is something that you've got to be comfortable with. And if you see, I mean, all of us dress in different ways. Someone dresses a little more, classically. Someone dresses a little more provocatively. Now, the whole thing is it's your own comfort level. And I think that's really where the authenticity lies, where, on my personal page, I like to talk about something personal, which is me, something about my profession, and my third is my purpose. Because we all kind of sometimes know who we are, but we are not able to express all of who we are in the work that we do, because the work that we do is what we do for a living. So everything else can actually be expressed by social media or personal branding, and I think that creates connections that actually go beyond just professional relationships, whether it's with your teams, whether it's with your clients, and whether it's within our own network. I mean, I think I know a lot about Utsav from her, personal branding overall.
Absolutely. I think I know only, like Utsav, I know because of all the videos that you put out there, and it's informative.
Don't put the spotlight on
I am, why not? Because she's like the guru of it.
Okay, one last question, and then we're gonna take questions from the audience. If somebody, let's say me, wants to start getting business from social media, how would you suggest they go about it?
I think the social media or any online platform does a mind mapping in the viewer's mind, which eventually leads to a mind share. If the requirement of a certain person matches the mind mapping and the mind share that you have created for yourself, then that person comes to you. If there's a X kind of a house that a person wants to do, he'll go to this person who's created that ethos for themselves. But if there's a Y kind of a house that a person needs, then and it matches your mind mapping, the person will come to you. Like all of us are here looking for a mind share. What we are doing here is looking for a mind share. What is Ford doing here? It's looking for a mind share. A place in the market which ultimately has to impact the business output. And all this that you do, for example, if I talk about my ethos of AIID Plus, it's all leading to a mind mapping, a mind share, which ultimately does get turned into business. It just does concretize and gets a closure into a similar client who's looking for this kind of innovative work. And you create a path for yourself and then you get there slowly and steadily, isn't it?
I think what you're asking also is two things. One is when I am already doing a lot of projects, then how do I self-express myself? And then we say we are being real and our projects are unique and that's how people come to us and they relate to the kind of work I do and etc. But when somebody is starting off, like you just said, if I'm starting off, how does social media help in that? Then I think like self-expression is definitely a way you start connecting with the audience and tell the kind of work that you wish to do. That would be a great way to just put yourself out there, and then I'm sure somebody is going to relate and come back. So that way self-expression is great.
I mean, again, I'm just going to repeat myself. I would say just don't fake yourself. I mean, when I go out on social media, I mean, I just extend who I am, basically. My work's kind of quirky, and that's what my sensibility is. My company's tagline is, this is not a barber shop. You know, it's got nothing to do with, it doesn't say luxury, bespoke interiors. I mean, when I do my reels, I probably end it with this quote saying, design swad anusar. You know, I mean, you just got to be yourself at the end of the day. And your clients will find you. If they resonate with you, they will find you. You don't want to work with a client who doesn't like your work. I mean, that's probably going to be a disaster anyways.
So I think we live in a very interesting time. So I presume anyone who's going to start up today is in their 20s. And I think the rest of us, I would say, are digital immigrants. We had companies and we migrated into getting into personal branding. However, the youngsters today have an advantage. They're born with it. They're native to the entire world of personal branding and social media. And I think it's very interesting because we were all one-man armies at one point when we started off, but we had to project ourselves as firms. But today, being you, and even if it's you alone and your collaborations, it's such a fertile time to actually start anything, even though architecture firms and design firms, I think the world's first startups when the word startup was not even a thing. Similarly, personal branding was always there. It was usually expressed by personal style, like your fashion, where you spoke, or your essence of the kind of aura you brought into the space. But today the expression is digital media, and it's such a fertile time, and I think anyone starting out today already has an advantage.
Very well said, Natasha. I'll just add one point to this. You know, everybody needs branding, and branding is not profession-centric. Everybody needs branding. But in our profession, in the context of architecture and interiors, it becomes very critical because of the task is enormous. And sometimes so spectacular that it just is out there. It is there for you to feel, it is there for you to see, and it automatically comes in the limelight. So a new startup can just look at this vision in mind and move ahead. Yeah,
and also do the work, because your content will come out of your work and not just create beautiful pages, right? That's important.